Balance, everybody.
What up? Hello, everyone. Try to keep it short and sweet, but just want to say thank you to Influence, who told me about this space, and apparently it's featuring tonight, so I'm excited for that. This piece that I'm going to share with you is one that I'm actually trying to practice and actually editing up, and hopefully get it to be succinct, because we have a trip to go to Southern Fried, which is a poetry competition in Florida in June. So here it goes. What they never tell you on the day you are set to take your first one-way is that TSA is not the time or place to unpack your preconceived notions. You standing in line next to the suitcases and side combos, but your mind is floating. All the while you are hoping that the wheels on the plane can spin at speeds that pull you from the lies and lunacy in the land of liberty and drop you in a place where peace is not just a gesture. Oh, the sweet irony of having to fight to force your gaze away from the man at the security checkpoint with the gun and badge, barking orders. You avoid his stares, less cause you scared and more so aware there's a perception of a threat when he looks in your eyes and doesn't find an ounce of fear. You pause the playlist on your iPod, then empty your belongings and self-esteem into the bin, then push it along slowly, and although he does not ask, you keep your hands in plain sight. And you wonder if this plane flight can bring you to a world where the rivers run fast enough to rinse away some of this social conditioning. Maybe even rebaptize your faith in humanity. You start to question your sanity, but by then you are already able. 33,000 feet in the heavens, trying to bargain with the man upstairs, offering up everything plus a kitchen sink in exchange for a little guidance. Cause you be trying to walk righteous, and that might just be the reason that you hoping that your seatbelt can keep your sense of self fastened long enough to land you in a new language. For this is a moment in time before you knew that a boarding pass could bring you to the brink of your comfort zone. Before you ever knew of multiple coastlines to cruise down without carrying concern that your tan line's gonna make you some type of target. Before you ever fell in love in Las Cordilleras de Valparaíso, what they never tell you on the day you step foot into foreign territory is that your faith should be fully customized before you ever make it through customs, and how this be prerequisite to sharpening the practice of truly claiming your baggage. That's when the terminal takes you to the taxi, and the taxi takes you to the bus station, and the bus station pulls you from the city smog into the coastal arms of una familia who teaches you the meaning of cariñoso. So now you're giving out mucho abrazos at all the asados and those barbecues, they taste like home. And now you finally flown into a family tree where they speak at speeds that leave you reaching for meaning, and you'd eventually come to find your footing. But this is only after you learn that laughter is a universal language. For this is a moment in time before you knew how to roll your R's or grew to recognize the responsabilidad that rests upon your shoulders. Before you understood your calling or came to understand you'd be the first black man that some folks would ever set their sights on. Before you made sport of collecting misconceptions and laying them to rest. Before you understood that oppression is an ocean, and how this poetry is way more than just lifelines, but they never tell you. On the day that you manifest destiny to introduce herself, is that when she calls you a keeper, she means a keeper of the culture. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.